Hello and welcome back, guys. So today we are going to take a look at the Metal Robot Spirits Liu Bei Gundam, the real type version. So before we start our review, I just want to make a big shout out and a big thanks to Sir Ed Agbay for sending me this figure so that I could review it for you guys. So here is the packaging for the Metal Robot Spirits Liu Bei. As you can see, we have a product shot of Liu Bei up front, and then up here we have the Metal Robot Spirits branding in this reflective gold color. And then down here, we have the Liu Bei name in Japanese. And then here is the back side of the box. As you can see, there are more product shots of the figure. We have some action poses. And then up here, we have a small window for us to see the figure. And then in here, we have some information telling us where the diecast parts are. Which, as you can see here, I think there are quite a lot of diecast parts in this figure. So by the way, this is a 1:1 44th scale Liu Bei. I think if you want a 1:1 44th scale Liu Bei, I think the only way you can get one is through this figure. Because I think there are no high grade version of Liu Bei, and that the closest figure that you can get other than this would have been the SD Gundam, which this figure looks way better compared to that. So with that said, let's take the figure out of the box. So here is Liu Bei out of the packaging, and man, I am speechless on how beautiful this figure looks like. I think Bandai really did a good job in making this figure. From sculpting to detailing, and the paint job for the most parts are clean. I think the only one that I can spot with the paint issue would have been this one. So there is an extra gold paint in his blue armor, but other than that, this thing is pretty beautiful. So you can see the mix of Gundam with the armor. It looks pretty great. So here is a close-up shots, so you guys can see him up close. So you can see his V-fin. So this gold part in here is much shinier compared to his armor. You can see some of the detailing in his armor. Yeah, this is such a beautiful figure. I mean, for the looks alone, I think you are getting your money's worth. Yeah. I think if you display this in your shelf, this will certainly catch some attention. Here is his hair. Yeah. Such a beautiful figure. I'm speechless. So yeah, let's take a look at the articulation. So for the articulation, so let's start off with the head. So the head cannot look up, but can look down pretty far. Can look side to side, just a little bit because of the armor parts in his head. And then the shoulder armor can move up and down. This part right here can move in and out. The arms can rotate a full 360. Can go out about that far. Bicep swivel is there. A double jointed elbow bend which can bend about that far, so that's quite decent. And then there is also some kind of butterfly joint in here, which lets the arm move forward and back. Now the hands is on a ball joint, can rotate around and can also wiggle around. Now as for the waist can rotate side to side just a little bit because of these armor parts. Can move forward and back. The front skirt can move forward about that far. Side skirt can move out about that far. Back skirt in and out. Now the legs. So let me just remove this side skirt first so that I can show you the articulation. It's just on a ball joint, so the legs can kick forward about that far, back about that far, and then there is this sliding joint which lets the leg slide in and out like so. Thigh swivel is there. Now as for the knee bend, so here is the knee bend. Yeah, it's quite loose. Now I don't know if it's because of the diecast parts being too heavy, but yeah, it's quite loose. Though it's still double jointed, can bend about that far. And then the ankle guards can move up and down. Foot can move forward and back, tilt side to side, and there is a toe joint. So let's just pop this back in. So as for the articulation, it is quite decent just because of the armor parts, and I think you can still pull off some of the poses with this guy. So for the accessories, so first, Liu Bei comes with 3 sets of hands. So first we have here the widespread open hand, and then we have 2 weapon holding hands. So this is the first one, which you have the thumb slightly angled up. And then aside from this, he also comes with this. So this is the standard weapon holding hand. And then he also comes with his backpack. So as you can see, it is in these 2 shades of red. So we have a darker shade and a lighter shade of red. So as for the articulation, can move in and out. And then there is also a joint in here, which lets the wing move forwards and back. Then here is the attachment point for attaching it to the mobile suit. And then he also comes with this. So you will need to use this if you want to store the Dragon Fang and the Dragon Claw in his backpack. And then he also comes with 3 swords. So first we have here the Dragon Fang, which as you can see is painted in this metallic red with some gold accents. And then aside from this, he also comes with the Dragon Claw, which is then painted in this metallic blue and still have that gold accents. So here is the Dragon Fang and the Dragon Claw. So both swords looks pretty great. And then aside from this, he also comes with the Imperial Dragon Sword, which as you can see looks pretty gorgeous. It is painted in this chrome gold. See right here, it looks pretty great. And it is much longer compared to the Dragon Fang and the Dragon Claw. See right here. So let me zoom it in so you guys can see the details. You see some dragon detail right here. So yeah, this sword looks pretty great. And then he also comes with a special display base. So we have here a black display base with some gold, chrome gold details. So we have here Metal Robot Spirits Liu Bei Gundam. As you can see, it looks pretty great. So let's try to attach his accessories. So let's start off with his backpack. So we have the attachment point in here and the peg in here. So let's just peg this in like so. And then we can now peg this one. So the way this attaches is you need to align this shape in here. So it goes in a certain angle. So do take note of that. There we go. Now you can store the Dragon Fang and the Dragon Claw in his backpack. Let's see if I can do it on camera. So there we go. We have the Dragon Fang and the Dragon Claw stored in his backpack. So the way it attaches, it's quite tricky at first. Because it will not attach with the painted parts because it will scratch the paint. It will attach to the black parts. So that is where it would click. So we don't scratch the paint. So let's try to attach the swords. So I will just do this without the hand attached to the mobile suit, so that I can show you guys clearly. So as for the Dragon Fang and the Dragon Claw, you just have to slide it in. Like so. Pretty simple, right? But that is not the case with the Imperial Dragon Sword. Because, if you look at here, we have this shape in here that won't fit in his hands. So what I tried to do was, so let me zoom it in. Since the hands are made out of soft rubber, I will just slightly, I will just slightly open it up and then angle the hilt in there, or the handle. Angle it up, then attach it in. And once you have it in there, it is pretty much secured. And I guess that is about it for our review of the Metal Robot Spirits Liu Bei Gundam. And I think this is a pretty solid figure, given the fact that you can only get a Liu Bei Gundam in a 1/144 scale through this figure. It's pretty much a must-have if you are a fan of the PB Senshi line. And having the figure in this kind of pose, straight up standing pose with his special base, is pretty much an eye candy. Yes, the articulation with the knee is quite disappointing, but other than that, everything about the figure looks great, especially its overall aesthetic. And that displaying it in your shelf will surely catch some attention, especially with his different aesthetic or different vibe compared to your usual Gundam. So yeah, this is a pretty solid figure and it is pretty much worth your money. And I guess that is about it. I hope you guys like this video. If you do so, please consider hitting the thumbs up button. And if you want to support this channel, consider subscribing. Thank you all for watching, stay safe, and I'll see you on the next one.